Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you stopped in for today's videos because we're going to be looking at my top 10 favorite polishes for all of 2015. So only the polishes that were released this year. So I did limit myself to 10. I know that lots of times in my top 10 videos I actually go a little overboard because I feel bad. I'm like, oh, I can't leave that out. But in this one, I actually limited myself just to 10. So these were just released this year too. So basically I went through all the polishes that I reviewed over the whole year and I picked which 10 were the standouts for me. So I'm glad that you stopped in. This is going to be our last video for this whole year, and then tomorrow starts 2016. So yeah, I hope you're having a great day. We're going to go ahead and get started. I have some great ones to show you. Don't feel bad if your favorite polish is left out. I couldn't include everything, obviously. So yep, these are just going to be my very favorites, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Before I forget to tell you, on my lips today is this great matte neutral from Maybelline. It's called Nude Embrace 650, and that's what that is there. So I know that my color choices aren't going to be everybody's color choices. You're going to notice there's definitely a lack of pink in here. I do have one pink, I have to say. It was my favorite pink I reviewed the whole year. But these are like my happy colors, for sure. These are, I don't have anything that's like necessarily way too loud, and I don't have anything that's like super, super dark. And I noticed when I went through everything and was kind of just gathering the best of the best for me, I got this really nice range. There's some warm stuff, there's some cool stuff, but it's all kind of like middle range. And there's no glitter. Sorry. You would have just watched my top 10 glitters video that I uploaded. It was either yesterday or the day before, and I did give you my very favorite 10 glitters in that video. I stuck to 10 in that one too. So if you're looking for a glitter, go to that video and check that out. So we have lots to talk about. First off, so I'm not really going to go in any particular order because I do feel like each of these 10 polishes I could say like that was my favorite polish of 2015 in a particular instance, because after reviewing, oh, I don't know how many polishes did I review this year, probably over 700 or something. You know, if you're going to wheedle it down to just 10, they're going to all be really great, right? So I'm going to start with the polish that I'm wearing on my nails. Now this came from a collection that I reviewed at the very beginning of 2015. Unfortunately, this brand isn't making polish right now. I hope that they'll come back. This is Virtuous polish. I reviewed their collection of Virtuous women polishes. It was 7 polishes, and they were all one coat neons. So this is like their turquoise offering, and it's called Naomi. I think this was my favorite out of the whole collection, but yeah, they all just performed so well. It was so amazing. They literally dry down in seconds. I put this on just like 30 seconds ago, right before I started filming, and they're just so great. I really, really recommended these to everybody that watched that video. And like I said, I hope that they come back again because I do think they have a great brand, and their polishes all had a really, I just thought they were different and interesting, and I think that they have a great thing going. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you Naomi. Not every collection that all my polishes are going to come from, but a lot of the collections that they come from, I liked like everything from that collection. So I definitely recommend this to you, even though I know this will be difficult to get your hands on at this point, but maybe sometime in the future. So let's take a look at Naomi. Okay, we're going to do another polish from the very beginning of the year. I hope you can remember back then. This came from the China Glaze Road Trip collection. Can you guess what it is? This is Boho Blues. Just look at that color. I know there's a lot of colors in China Glaze line that are kind of similar to this, but this was my favorite, like bright sky, like bright, pretty purpley blue. Actually, I do have another one that's very similar, and I guess that just says to me that this is kind of one of my very favorite colors. But anyway, has a great formula. That whole collection was wonderful. If you don't own that whole collection, I highly recommend it. So let's go ahead and take a look at Boho Blues. Alright, we're going to hop over to an Essie right now. So Essie actually had some really great collections this year. I liked a lot of the stuff that they put out. They had like one bummer. Their neon collection wasn't that great, but most everything that they put out this year was actually really fantastic. So my favorite pink out of the year, it's like a magenta pink, so sorry if this bothers you that this doesn't look like pink. To me, it looks more pink than purple. But anyway, this is Flowerista. It came from their spring collection this year. Has an amazing formula. That whole collection is great. So yeah, this one made my top 10 out of the entire year. Next up, I'm going to give you my favorite neutral that was released this whole year, and this might surprise some of you, but this came from OPI, Do You Take Layaway. Now, I'm not really sure why it would be too surprising given the fact that OPI released like a million neutrals this year, like a million buff to white neutrals, and then also a lot of other neutrally kind of polishes this year. So this was actually my favorite one that they released, and you know, a lot of other brands had some great neutrals, but I did like this one the best. When I lined them all next to each other, I liked how this looked for me. So you may have one that looked better on you, but you know, we just did the neutrals video, so you can go check out a whole bunch of other neutrals if you want to. I actually didn't even put this one in that neutrals. But this one came out this year, and this is the one that I like the best. It's called Do You Take Layaway, and it's definitely like, it's like a buff, but it has a little bit of rose in it. So anyway, I thought this one was pretty, so we're going to take a look at it. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the other OPI that made my list in this year, and this came from the fall collection. A lot of the stuff in the fall collection was kind of on the like slow side. The spring collection I felt like had a lot of really pretty things. The fall was pretty too, but it was just kind of like a lot of stuff we'd seen before. And I'm not even going to go into the Starlight collection because that was just overboard of like all the same stuff. So anyway, for me, the best OPI polish that I think that they put out this entire year was it's a Piazza cake, and it's this awesome like a dark pumpkin shade. I just thought this was great. It's something very different from them, and it wasn't just another like neutral or another silver like the Starlight collection. So anyway, yeah, I like this one. It had a good formula, and it was a nice surprise from them. So I'm putting this in my top 10. Alright, so we're going to talk about another indie that made my very top 10 out of the whole year, and this is Superchic Lacquer Realm of Erotica. This came from the Dreamology collection. I know that these aren't available right now on her site, but maybe sometime in the future. Again, when I talk about an indie polish, sometimes it's difficult because you can't always get your hands on them, but I have to be honest and let you know which indies were my favorite. This one is the Red Offering. It's just bright and gorgeous. This whole collection, they're all one coaters. I know by now you've heard me talk about this collection on my channel if you've been with me, and so I absolutely love this one, but that whole collection is great. But I'm using this one as my example from the collection because you could probably pull out a bunch of others from that collection that could be in place of this one. So let's take a look at Realm of Erotica. Alright, next up we're at number 7, and this one may surprise some of you. It's another kind of neutrally shade, but this is from Color Club, and Color Club did a lot of great polish this year too. They had some misses though. They had a lot of hits, but they had some misses. They had some collections that were just kind of like, But as I've said before on my channel, the thing that I love about Color Club is they do take chances, and this polish is going to be an example of that. So this polish I like because it's different and interesting and weird. And in a polish world where there's an overwhelming number of brands now and indie brands that are just coming out with so many amazing things. The mainstream brands, I think, are going to have a hard time keeping up with indie polishes if they don't switch it up and try different things. And this one came from their fall collection. It's called Oh Dear. And I just liked it. It's kind of like it was kind of a curly formula where it just glided on really nicely. And it's a great two-coater, and it just was a really good example for me of why I think Color Club's doing a good job. Even though sometimes they miss, they try different things, and I appreciate that about them. So that's why I stuck this one into my top 10 of the entire year. Okay, next up I have another indie for you guys. This comes from Native War Paints, and it comes from their favorite sweater collection, and this is Sweater Dress. I just recently featured this in my purple polishes, my 10 favorite purples, and this actually made it into my top 10 of the entire year. I loved that whole collection. They all are these beautiful kind of soothing colors with this gold just coming right at you through the polish, and I actually really enjoy their whole brand in general, and they were new to me. This started in this fall, and they're really budget-friendly brand too. Like, they don't super overcharge for a lot of their polishes, which I think is nice. So anyway, I really loved it. Anything from this favorite sweater collection is great, but I specifically love this purple because purple and gold I think is a fabulous combination. So this made it in to my number 8 slot of 2015. Okay, so this is number 9, but like I said before, they're not in any particular order. But next we're going to talk about this lovely green matte from Zoya, and this is called Honor. I love the color of this, but I stuck it in here because the color is lovely and I enjoy the name of this polish, and this is my the same name that my daughter has. I named my daughter Honor. So this was extra special for me this year. And so, yeah, I really like it. This looks absolutely gorgeous with the top coat. If you were wondering when I reviewed this, this is very similar to Verushka, which Zoya put out last year, but this one is a little bit cooler. It has some more blue in it. So anyway, we're going to take a look at Honor. I loved this one. Okay, so I did say that these aren't in any particular order, but I think I'm going to finish up with my very favorite polish out of the whole year. I'm going to go ahead and say that. So if you don't own this polish, I think you absolutely must. And ta-da! It's just a blue. It's just a periwinkle blue. It's just an absolutely gorgeous blue. This is Essie Pret-a-Surfer, and like I said, Essie did a lot of great polish this year, but this is just so pretty. And I know that there's a lot of polishes out there that are like this, but I fall victim to purchasing all of them because they make me happy. They take me to my happy place, and this is it. I know for some of you it's pink, some of you it's purple, some of you it's green, like a dark, deep, sexy green. For me, it's this color. So anyway, Pret-a-Surfer was my very favorite of the whole year. It has an amazing formula, basically a one coat, and this came from their summer collection. I definitely recommend it to you, as I do with all the polishes you saw in today's video. Go snap them up if you can. We're going to take a look at Pret-a-Surfer. Alright, and that was all 10 of my favorite polishes of this whole year. I can't believe I'm bringing this year to a close, but what a fun way to do it. I got to look through all my videos for this whole entire year and really pick out what my very, very favorites were, and like I feel like are must-haves for you guys to have. Of course, like I said before, we all have different tastes and preferences, but for me, these were the ones that really made the cut. So, yeah, hope you're having a great day. Thanks for spending some of it with me. Are you guys ready for 2016? I'm ready. I think it's going to be a great year. We are all going to be so productive. We're going to be so successful. We're going to be lucky in love and in life. It's just going to be a really great year. And I think it all starts from us. So if we put those things out, then we're going to get them back. And so, yeah, thanks for being with me this whole year. If you're one of my OGs, I love you guys. Mwah, who's been with me for... It's going to be coming up on 2 years in the... Well, I've had the channel for more than 2 years, but when I started doing like consistent videos was in spring of 2014. So, yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I'll let you guys go, and I will see you back for my next video. Bye.